When you think of offense, what comes to mind? Maybe you think of that cool flip reset you scored that one time. Maybe you think of scoring a top corner shot to win the game in overtime. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Not really, but you're missing something. There's an often overlooked piece that will instantly improve your shots and ensure you get one step closer to mastering your offense in Rocket League. Everything that is learned requires a sturdy foundation, and offense in Rocket League is no exception. There is a universal foundation for all shots that everyone needs to know, and it is called the first touch. I know, it sounds simple, but you can't expect to shoot a basketball if you don't even hold the ball correctly. And before the diamonds and above exit this video because you think it doesn't apply to you, I just want to tell you how wrong you are.
You lose! Good day, sir!
This is something that even high grand champs neglect. The first touch is exactly what it sounds like. It's the initial contact on the ball that starts your offensive push. It's the setup touch. No, it's not incredibly exciting, but it is the backbone of your offense. Without your first touch, your offense is nothing. You'll still manage to score the occasional shots, but when you perfect your first touch, your true potential will be unlocked. If you aren't new to the channel, you're likely familiar with how I feel about the term playing fast. I don't like it. I think it gives new players the wrong impression on how to play the game, and it forces us to make unnecessary mistakes, all because we're preoccupied with cargo fast. We're so focused solely on beating our opponents to the ball, we get lost in the sauce and forget why we're hitting the ball. Your first touch should be intentional. This is such a critical step in offense because it sets the tone for the entire play. If your first touch is too heavy, you're basically just returning the ball to sender and giving away possession. I have to make this very clear. If your first touches are consistently bad, you're shooting yourself in the foot and likely cutting your scoring attempts in half or even more. The first touch is the lifeblood of your entire offense. This should be obvious, but unless you're shooting, don't hit the ball hard. Or passing, I guess, but who even does that? Your first touch should always be soft to keep the ball close to you. There are different nuances regarding aerial plays and ground plays, but they both generally contain the same underlying theme. A soft touch is key.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in.
The only outliers I can think of are when you're going for a hard first touch for a double tap. But the rule of thumb we should stick to is focusing on being gentle with the ball. Whether you're going for a breezy flick, a hook shot, a bounce dribble, or even an air dribble, you notice the opportunity for the shot wouldn't be there without a soft first touch. That's all well and good, but how do you train it? You train the first touch the same way you train everything else. Training. No, but seriously, it's a piece of the puzzle that needs to be incorporated into learning your shots in order to acclimate yourself to keeping the ball close to you. I know from experience that booming the ball is fun, but the more you do that, the more it becomes a habit, and soon you'll just be subconsciously playing for the opposing team. Which is fine, as long as you aren't on my team. There isn't really one way to train first touches, so I'll share my favorite ways. The first and most simple way is free play. Free play is underrated for many reasons. Most just use it to slap the ball around at maximum speeds before hopping into ranked games. But if you struggle with unintentionally passing the ball to the other team, try slowing down your free play and keeping the ball as close to you as possible. You can still go for those super fun ceiling shots, but just keep possession in mind when you're free play vibing. Another method worth adding is next time you're set on learning a new shot, try chunking the learning process out and focusing on the initial touch for a while. If your first touch is wrong, you'll be made instantly aware of it because you won't be able to pull off the shot well or at all. So hammer away at repetition to accustom yourself to getting the required first touch down pat. The last method is applying it in-game, and this is the hardest part. Like I mentioned earlier, in online games, we're in this heightened competitive state that forces us to make mistakes, and when people mention playing faster, those mistakes will only increase. So try breaking past habits of your main goal being beating the opponent to the ball, and try reminding yourself why you're hitting the ball. You don't see soccer players trying to kick the ball from one end of the pitch to the other, do you? Okay, maybe you do. I don't watch soccer, so. Keep the ball close, make sure your movement remains in line with the goal of the play. Like any bad habit, it's going to take some time to break, so don't get frustrated and just use your brain. I think this reminder is something that all players could benefit from. This isn't groundbreaking stuff, it's just something that gets lost in the shuffle because we're so focused on keeping up with the pace of the game. But just because the other team likes playing ping pong doesn't mean you have to join them. I hope you think of me the next time your opponent passes you the ball, and I hope even more that you take advantage of that. Wait, I didn't mean it like that.
Suck my nuts, DelayKnee. Suck them hard.